So I just got my 3D printer in the mail, and this is actually a Monoprice Select Maker 3D printer. So we're going to do a little unboxing and first thoughts and impressions video here, and we'll check it out. So this is kind of how it's packaged. You got your instructions here, tons of styrofoam to protect it, you know. Comes with some pink filament. Another shot of it in the packaging. It has a little example of a butterfly. I guess they probably printed that one out first. Alright, so I got everything taken out of the box. Now I gotta figure out how this all goes together. So I was having a pretty hard time figuring out how all this stuff goes together. So I'd actually have to look up a picture of it to kind of get a better idea. And I guess what you gotta do actually is slide this piece into that piece, and I was not getting that from the instructions, so I'm going to try that now. So this is kind of how it's supposed to look like. You kind of have to like lift this part up and then slide it in between that part, and you'll see like screws like on both sides, and I guess one is supposed to go, you're supposed to screw one in from the outside and one from the inside. So it comes with one bag with 4 screws, and I'm assuming that these 4 are the ones that will attach those. There's 2 more screws in here with some tools. I'm thinking the 2 are probably going to go for these 2 to attach to the spool. So that's where one of the outer screws go in. You just screw it into here using this tool that they provide for you. The other screw, you have to kind of like lift up the whole 3D printer and then screw one in right there. And you have to do that on both sides. And then you need to go ahead and cut the zip tie from like the bottom of this thing, and you get the longest one. That's going to go directly into the motor right here. Right there. So that connected in there. Then you also need to connect these 2 black ones. And the last connector goes in there, the white one, right into that motor. On the other side, you have to go ahead and connect the white connector on this side too. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble the spool holder, and that's going to go up here. You'll see like there's a little thing that you have to unscrew right there, and then you can connect that to that. So it'll look like a little handlebar, and that's gonna mount like right there on top of that. So the 3D printer is pretty much set up. Got the spool thing here. I did have to plug it in, and it's pretty much good to go. So this is it powered on. You know, you turn the knob to change the different menus. You press it actually to turn on to like the different menus. And the first thing that they tell you to do is you're going to go to position. When you go there, you click on it, and we're going to go all the way down to the Z, position fast. Click on that, and then you're going to rotate it. And if you rotate to the right, it actually goes up. And you want to get it all the way up so that you have room right here to adjust these things, because we need to level that first. We basically just lifted that up so that you can kind of like squeeze this together and then turn these to make sure these are as compressed as you can. It's really easy. After doing that, I attached this sheet, like the sticker sheet on top of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the printer back on. And this time we're gonna go ahead and put it back into the home entry. And then I think we need to level the extruders afterwards. So I hit them all, and it's going to go ahead and adjust. So after that, you're trying to like level these things. So you're actually loosening what we just tightened so that it's almost touching the bed. And you want it to get it so that you can slide just about one piece of paper right between it. You know, so I can slide this piece of paper right underneath it. And you got to do that to like each side. So I set everything up, got the filament in there, leveled everything, and I loaded something up into the SD card. The first 3D print is done. It took maybe like almost 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a little swan. This was like one of the pre-made objects on the SD card. It's pretty neat. So I got the hang of the 3D printer, and I printed out a couple of my own designs that I created in Blender, and I actually printed them out. I had a couple of rough tries on a couple of different things, but I figured out the settings pretty well, and they've been coming out pretty good. So this is actually Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes, like when he's a stuffed animal, if you know who that is. And the second one actually is a Kylo Ren Lightsaber. It only took me maybe like 30 minutes to design this, and then I printed it out like in an hour. So that turned out pretty good too. So I'm actually really happy with this 3D printer. I'm excited for all the things that I'm going to be printing with it.